Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com. This is Wednesday. It's August 28th. This will be our chart lesson for today. If you're looking for yesterday's chart lesson and couldn't find it, well, that's because there wasn't one yesterday. Almost wasn't one today. It's about 5 o'clock when I'm doing this one, but I just couldn't stand it. I had to come in and see what the market did today, and I thought I'd go ahead and do a quick chart lesson. I didn't trade today. I'll show you what I saw. It's a pretty straightforward channel here today. We had a break, a couple of legs down, and then we tried to do a retest, and we just couldn't do it. This channel was kind of in play. We had the overshoot. Notice the kind of measured overshoot on this side, and then we traded back down. Overall, it's a pretty nice trend, really, from the open up to about 1 o'clock. I'd say that's when it rolled over and we started going downhill. So I'll show you the trades I see, the ones I liked, and it'll probably be pretty quick. There probably will not be a chart lesson tomorrow. Maybe this will probably be the last one for the week, and then I'm going to be out of town all next week. Of course, Monday's Labor Day, or is it Labor Day? What holiday is it? Memorial Day, I believe. I'm sorry. I can't even keep up with these holidays. So there won't be any trading Monday, but I'm going to be in California playing in a golf tournament all next week. I'm going to take off pretty much the rest of this week for the holiday and spend it with my family before I leave out of town. And I had some other business I had to take care of here the last few days that came up unexpectedly. Just some of my other business stuff, my real estate stuff that I'm involved in. That I had to take care of since I'm going to be gone all the following week. So I apologize, but this is probably going to be the only last chart lesson this week, and there won't be any next week at all. And then I'll be back the following week, and we'll get back to it regularly. Let me show you what I saw today. Of course, there was this tight channel coming down in the overnight. We had the break here, two measured legs down to a new low, and then we reversed. And this is kind of a spike in a channel kind of deal here that we went into. And this is a fairly clear channel right here. There's a second entry off the EMA here. There's a two-legged pullback to the trend line here, a second entry off the trend line here. This one was a little bit tricky, and then I just circled this one in green because it's worth talking about. I imagine a lot of you probably got fooled there. I might have got fooled there myself, but we'll talk about that one in a second, and we'll go from there. But the first trade I saw was right at the open. If you came in earlier, you might have taken one of these shorts. I don't like this short right here, really, right after the open. Too many overlapping bars and stuff there. It is, there is a failed second entry long there, and you see it kind of trapped and then turned into another attempt to go higher, and it failed. And so it's just really dangerous entering in that stuff with all that overlap. And I didn't see anything I liked. The first trade I did like was here, but this is a really big bar, but that is a huge reversal bar right there. When that bar formed, it would have been nice to see it break lower first, but when it went above that, it probably would have been worth taking. You could have put your stop below that little double bar matching low, kept it at maybe 2 or 3 ticks below that, and that would have got you in on the 2 point. This is really your signal bar. And to get below this, it would have taken, more than 2 points most likely. So this one was tricky, but you see what a good trade it turned out to be. So somebody asked me to tell you when I would use limit orders and when I would use stops. For the most part, you want to use stop orders because you're going to miss too many trades. But this is a good example of using a limit order. Look at this bar. This is your signal bar right here, but it's not a trend bar in our direction. So what I would wait is for a break of that and then drop a limit order in there because it's not a good, even though it's a signal bar, it's not a pretty signal bar. So I'd really wait for this bar to form and then use my limit order because now you got a little bullishness on a second entry going in your direction, and you don't want to get too greedy with your limit order. Usually I won't go any lower than where the close was, and you see this bar right here. Close was right here. If you dropped it there, it would have gotten filled most likely, and then it takes off and goes up. So that's when I use a limit order. Most of the time, like here, I'd use a stop right there. It's too small a bar, and you risk getting left with a move like that. But let me show you this. I talk about this all the time. Look where all the best trades set up, right at the trend line. there's your best two trades of the day right there. And then off this reversal right here after a break of this trend line and 2 legs to a new low. So that's where your best trades are going to set up, either off of the two-legged pullbacks to the EMA or to the trend line, and the best ones are usually off the trend line. And look at that thing go. Look at that one go. It takes a little while, but you could have ridden this up all the way to the top, both of these. So that's where you want to try to enter. That's where you're looking for your good entries, at the support and resistance areas, just like I talked about in the last video. But again, we talked about that trade. Then guess what? We got 2 legs down. You wait on this bar, and I drop a limit order back in here. You could have gotten this field all the way back. Notice how it never went below this bar. So no matter where you got filled, you wouldn't have got stopped out. So you could have taken that second entry, but when it came down and touched the trend line off of these closes like that right there, and bounced again, definitely you got to hit a stop right there. That's too nice of a bar. Let me get that out of the way. Or you could have added on there, and look at that thing go. And there's actually a failed second entry short here, so I like that trade too. I didn't notice that a minute ago. So let's circle it too. Notice you got a new low here, first entry, pullback, second entry. So there's a trap right there. So that's a good trade. But there's 2 entries right here, this one and this one. And you could have taken either one of those. As long as you kept your stop below the signal bars, you're okay. Keep it below this one, you're okay. You actually could have scalped out of that one. Then you really, that's not really a failure there. I just don't like that one. That was a little risky. But then you got a 2-legged pullback with a second entry long here. We just talked about that one. And then guess what? New high, first entry pullback, a nice second entry long right off the trend line. I'd use a stop right there. That bar is so small. You tick your stop your safety stop a couple of ticks below that. Never would have gotten, even challenged, but another nice move. And then guess what? You get another 2-legged pullback that bounces right off the trend line. This one is a little bit large here. I would have tried to use a limit order. You could have gotten filled at, right at the top, and that's it. And if you didn't get filled right at the top, I think this was a 4-tick failure. When this thing turned down right there, had that double bar matching, if you didn't get out of that, I would have just exited. And then I wanted to talk about this one. Notice this is second entry long. You got 2 legs back, but that is very bearish right there. And, you got to be really, you're almost counter trend trading because you're swinging the other way, although you are looking for a retest. And you're better off to wait on a second entry. So notice that's a new low. So that's just a first entry. And then you come down and your second entry's here, but you don't want to enter there. So really this would be the first place. And by this time you definitely don't want to enter because you're working lower now. So I would have just skipped going higher there, especially that late in the day. It's almost 2 o'clock by then. I just don't see anything I like. But I did want to talk about that one because I'm betting a lot of people got trapped right there looking for that retest, and notice they took it down. And if you did get caught in that, but you got to wait. If you're going to buy these lows like this, you got to wait on a second entry. And this looks like a second entry, but look, we made another new low. So, and you don't get a second entry till down here with a horrible looking bar. So if you do get trapped in this, you got to exit when it breaks. I would have waited for this bar to close, and if it broke below that, you got to exit. And actually, when it broke above that bar, if it came back and it closed right in here, I just would have exited that trade. You could have got out of that with a tick, maybe break even at worst. Like even on this bar, you looks like you still could have got out at break even, or maybe a 1-tick loss at most, depending on how you entered that. But you don't want to be. I just don't think it's a very good place to enter. But I thought it was worth talking about because it was obvious a lot of people got trapped right there. But those are gamblers trying to gamble where the bottom is. You got to wait on a good setup, and that's just a double top at the at the EMA, and boom, off it goes. And I'm guessing this is down. Turns out to be down here, and there's probably a midline as we've been getting those a lot lately, and you see that there it is. There's your midline, and then it all makes sense. But that's what I saw. Obviously, I didn't trade today, so I'm just showing this to you after the fact. But these are all pretty straightforward in here. Nice trend, and pretty much by the time this sets up, the day is almost over anyway. So, but I hope you had a good trading day. If I do get a chance to come back tomorrow, I will, but I doubt it. And so probably, let me just look at my calendar real quick, and I'll tell you when I'll be back. I will be back in the office September the 9th. If all goes well, Lord willing, I'll be back on September the 9th, and we'll pick back up there. Till then, if you would, hold your questions next week, because I'm going to be out of town, and I'm only going to answer stuff that's critical. So if you got any questions or something, if you would, just hold them until I get back, and I'll answer them then. And if it's something critical, if you're having a problem downloading the manual or there's some other type of emergency, by all means, I'll check my email at the end of each evening, but I won't answer any questions on trading. So if you will, just hold them. I'm going to enjoy the week off and get a break, and hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. Be safe out there. Good trades to you while I'm gone, and the rest of this week if you trade any more this week. But enjoy the holiday, and we'll be back on September the 9th to start it back up again. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.